Hey everyone, it's me, Antoni. So I just got back from the cinema, and I went to see one of my most anticipated films of 2015, which was of course Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. I was looking forward to this film as soon as I saw the trailer. It indicated this unique visual style, along with maybe some influences from John Hughes in terms of the teen genre. It also kind of reminded me of The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is another really good teen drama comedy film. The cast looked pretty good as well, and as I said, the cinematography, the whole visual style was just very appealing to me. That's probably one of the main reasons why I went to see this film. And I was very pleasantly surprised. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl is one of the most original films I've seen this year. Yeah, it really brings something new to the teen genre, not just in a visual sense, but in a narrative sense. I mean, the name of the film is pretty original itself. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. It's got this nice little rhyme to it. But yeah, the way the narrative unfolds is pretty interesting. It's basically split up into these parts, and we get to see our main character basically develop relationships with the girl as well as Earl. That's probably one of the negatives of this film, I would say. I don't think there's enough development for the character of Earl. I mean, he is a side character, so that's understandable. But I did want to see him be more fleshed out, just like the other characters. But apart from that, in terms of character development at least, there isn't really any flaws, in my opinion. The dialogue flows very smoothly. It's very fast-paced, very natural. It's very accurate as well. That's the important thing, because when it comes to films involving teenagers, you usually get this cringe-worthy dialogue, like in Boyhood, for example. But in this film, they pull it off really well. The dialogue just flows, you know. It's how it is in real life, basically. The only scenes that didn't work so well in terms of interaction were the fight scenes. They were very abrupt, and sound levels didn't seem to be matched very well. But you know, it didn't bother me that much. It was still effective in carrying the message, I suppose. Speaking of messages, the film actually provides some very good social commentary, evolving around self-worth, status, you know, like how people see you versus how you see yourself, how that affects you internally, you know. It's not really developed right to the core, but it's presented in like this sort of subtle but effective way, I would say. It's very subtle but very effective. There's one scene that goes into it a bit more, which was a really effective scene. However, it was almost ruined for me by this asshole in the cinema who just kept doing this. To be honest, it was way worse than that. Also, the whole subplot with the two guys creating those short films is very entertaining. I also really enjoyed how they paid homage to Kubrick by featuring titles such as Eyes Wide Butt and A Suckwork Orange. Yeah, good films. But yeah, going back to the visual style, the cinematography was spectacular. You could tell by the shots they were using that they were sort of going into this experimental territory, which was interesting to see. I did appreciate it. There was a lot of breaking the rules of cinematography. You know, when it comes to framing, they were sort of breaking the rules quite a lot, which I enjoyed. You know, breaking the rules is essential in cinema. I mean, that's how original art is made in the end. The whole plot worked for me. The screenplay was quite original. I really liked the naturally flowing dialogue, as I've mentioned. Obviously, the film succeeds visually. The characters were very good, very interesting. Would have liked to see a little bit more development in some areas, but you know, what can you do? And the social commentary was also very effective. I really appreciated it. I didn't see it coming, which was also a pleasant surprise. There was definitely an emotional punch in the film. One scene did make me tear up in the end. And yeah, it worked on me. It really did work on me. All in all, fantastic teen comedy drama. I would recommend it to everyone, and yeah, everyone truly pulled off a great job with this film. So that's my thoughts for today, and thank you for watching. I'm probably gonna go to sleep now because it's like 1 AM.